Today, on February 3rd, 2026, the landscape for student internships is more competitive than ever. Many students approach this challenge with a strategy of frantic, unfocused activity. They spend hours scrolling through massive job boards, submitting dozens of generic applications into digital voids, and hoping that sheer volume will eventually yield a positive result. This approach, however, is fundamentally flawed. It treats the job search as a game of chance, a lottery where the prize is a summer internship. The core problem is not a lack of effort, but a misapplication of it. Students feel lost and overwhelmed because they are guessing, not strategizing. They are playing by rules that favor randomness over intentionality, leading to burnout and a sense of powerlessness against what seems like an insurmountable system. The prevailing wisdom often contributes to this confusion. Career services might advise you to network more or polish your resume, but these directives are too vague to be actionable. They fail to address the underlying issue, a lack of a clear, systematic process. Without a system, every action feels isolated and its impact is difficult to measure. You send an application and hear nothing back. You attend a career fair, collect some free pens, and leave with no meaningful connections. This cycle of fruitless effort reinforces the narrative that you are not experienced enough. Your grades aren't high enough, only a select few with insider connections ever succeed. This passive approach, waiting for an opportunity to reveal itself, is the single greatest obstacle standing between you and a career-launching internship. The reality is that the most desirable internships are often not won through the front door of a public job posting. A study by the Adler Group found that up to 85% of jobs are filled through networking, a statistic that highlights the severe limitations of relying solely on online applications. This hidden job market is where the real opportunities lie, but it is inaccessible to those who only engage in passive, reactive behaviors. Your current strategy is likely optimized for the 15% of publicly advertised roles, placing you in direct competition with the largest possible pool of applicants. It's an inefficient, high-stress, low-reward game. To succeed, you must fundamentally shift your mindset from being a passive applicant to becoming an active architect of your career path. This requires a radical departure from the common spray and pray method. Instead of guessing what might work, you need a formula, a repeatable, evidence-based set of steps that transforms the internship search from a source of anxiety into a manageable, focused project. This formula is not about having the perfect GPA or a resume filled with brand name experiences from the start. It is about leveraging the assets you currently possess, no matter how modest they seem, and deploying them with surgical precision. It's about replacing frantic, unfocused energy with deep, deliberate work. The goal is to stop guessing and start building a compelling case for why a company should hire you. A case so strong that the offer becomes an inevitability. The first and most critical step in this formula is to reject breadth in favor of depth. You must stop trying to be a good candidate for every possible role, and instead, become an exceptional candidate for a few specific roles. This begins with defining a clear, concise professional mission. A mission is not just a job title, it is a declaration of the type of problems you want to solve and the skills you want to use. For example, instead of a vague goal like, get a marketing internship, a focused mission might be, to use data analysis and creative content to help small e-commerce brands grow their online audience. This level of specificity is a powerful tool. It transforms you from a generic student into a budding specialist with a clear direction. To formulate your mission, you must engage in a period of deliberate exploration. This is not passive daydreaming, it is active research. Identify 2 or 3 fields that genuinely intrigue you. For each field, find people who are doing interesting work, read their blogs, listen to their podcast interviews, study their career trajectories on LinkedIn. What skills do they have? What projects did they work on early in their careers? This process, which you can start today, is about gathering data to inform your decision. With a focused mission defined, build a small but powerful arsenal of career assets that prove your value. Your resume, cover letter. These are not historical records, they're marketing materials for your mission. A common mistake: a comprehensive but unfocused resume listing every job and club. Better. Be ruthlessly selective. Keep a one-page resume where every line supports your claim as a competent, aspiring professional. Example: cashier at a grocery store. Don't just list handled transactions. Frame it: managed over $2,000 in daily transactions with 100% accuracy, building meticulous attention to detail for data analysis. Second asset: a portfolio of work. Move from telling to showing. A portfolio is tangible proof you can create value. It's the single most powerful tool to beat the no experience problem. You don't need a formal job to build one. If your mission is software development, create a small application or contribute to an open source project on GitHub. If you're into marketing, start a blog analyzing industry trends, or create a mock social media campaign for a local business. These self-started projects show initiative, they show passion for your field, and they show the ability to produce a finished product. Third asset: your online presence. Employers will Google you. You must control the narrative. First, clean up any unprofessional social media. Then create a simple professional hub for your assets. Feature your professional mission statement. Feature your mission-aligned resume. Include links to your portfolio projects. This turns a passive background check into an active chance to reinforce your brand. Finally, craft a compelling 60-second pitch. Who you are, what you do, what you're seeking. Use it at formal interviews, at career fairs, in conversations with professors, during informational interviews. Back the pitch with a portfolio example. For instance, I'm focused on using data to understand user behavior. I analyzed public transit data to propose a more efficient bus route. I wrote about it on my personal blog. I'm looking for an internship to apply these analytical skills to real business challenges. This confident articulation ties all your assets together. Once your foundational assets are in place, it is time to engage with the market. However, this does not mean returning to the soul-crushing black hole of online job boards. The strategic approach is to focus the vast majority of your energy on the hidden job market. Your primary tool for this is the informational interview. This is a brief 20-minute conversation, conducted in person via video call with someone who is currently working in a role or at a company that aligns with your mission. The goal is not to ask for a job. The goal is to seek advice, gain insight, build a professional connection. This method flips the script. You are not a supplicant asking for a favor, but a proactive student conducting research. The process for securing these conversations is systematic. Identify 10 to 15 interesting people on LinkedIn. Craft a concise, respectful email. Do not attach your resume. The email should be short and to the point, referencing a specific piece of their work if possible. For example, "Dear Mr. Smith, my name is Jane Doe, a student at X University studying data analytics. I came across your recent article on machine learning applications in retail and found it fascinating. As I am hoping to build a career in this area, I was wondering if you might have 20 minutes in the coming weeks to share some advice on how a student can best prepare for this field. Any insights you could offer would be greatly appreciated." This approach has a much higher response rate than a cold application because it is genuine, respectful of their time, and focused on them, not you. Securing an interview is not the finish line. It is merely the start of the final critical phase of your campaign. Your performance in the interview and your actions afterward are what convert an opportunity into an offer. The key to a successful interview is to treat it not as a test, but as a professional consultation. You are there to demonstrate how your specific skills and focused mission can help solve their problems. Prepare by going beyond the company's About Us page. Find a recent project they launched, a challenge their industry is facing. Formulate a question or an idea related to it. This shows you've done deep work and are already thinking like a member of the team, not just an applicant. During the interview, use the STAR method to structure your answers, but do so through the lens of your portfolio projects. When they ask about a time you solved a problem, don't talk about a vague class assignment. Talk about the bug you fixed in your personal coding project, the surprising insight you found while analyzing data for your blog. This makes your experience tangible and impressive. At the end of the interview, when they ask if you have any questions, ask something that demonstrates your strategic thinking. What does the most successful intern at this company do in their first 30 days to add real value? This frames you as someone focused on contribution, not just personal gain. The follow-through after the interview is a non-negotiable step that many students neglect. Within 24 hours, you must send a personalized thank you email to each person you spoke with. This is not a generic template. In the note, reference a specific point from your conversation to jog their memory and reinforce the connection you made. Briefly reiterate your enthusiasm and how your mission-aligned skills are a perfect fit for the role. This simple act of professional courtesy keeps you top of mind and demonstrates your conscientiousness, a highly valued trait in any employee, especially an intern. This small gesture can often be the deciding factor between two otherwise equal candidates. The internship formula is not a magic bullet, it is a system of work. Defining your mission-building assets, engaging strategically, following through is a loop. By starting this process today, you are not just searching for a job. You are building a career infrastructure that will serve you long after you secure your first internship, ensuring you are always operating from a position of strength and purpose. The time to stop guessing is now. Begin the work.